Welcome, YouTube family. How y'all doing? Hope y'all doing best. Remember how we talked about uh in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. Well, today we are going to do the man and woman sin, and this is in Genesis 3. They sprint or Serpent was the shredders of all wild animals. The Lord God who made. One day he asked the woman, "Did God really say you fruit, must not eat the fruit from any of the trees in the garden?" Of course, we may eat fruit from the trees in the garden. The woman replied, "It's only the fruit from the tree in the middle of the garden that we are not allowed to eat." And God said, "And you must not eat it or even touch it. If you do, you will die." Um, you won't die. The serpent replied to the woman, "God knows that your eyes will be open as soon as you eat it, and you'll be like God, knowing both." Okay, go down. Will open as soon as you eat it, knowing both good and evil. The woman was consummate. She was that the tree was beautiful and its fruits like delicious, and wanted the wisdom it would give her. So she took some of the fruit and ate it. Then she gave some to her husband, who was with her, and ate it too. At that moment, their eyes were open, and they suddenly felt shame of their nakedness, so that swill fig leaves together to cover themselves. When the cool evening breeze were blowing, the man and his wife heard the Lord God walking about, God walking about in the garden. So they hide from the Lord God among the trees. Then the Lord God called to the man, "Where are you?" He replied, "I heard you walking in the garden, so I hide. I was afraid because I was naked." "Who told you that you were naked?" the Lord God asked. "Have you eaten from the tree whose fruit I command you not to eat?" Then the man replied, "It was the woman who gave me the fruit. I ate it." Then the Lord God asked the woman, "What have you done?" The serpent defies me, de- defies me, force me, whatever, replied, "That is why I ate it." Then the Lord God said to the serpent, "Because you have done this, you are cursed more than all the animals, domestics and wild. You will crawl on your belly, groveling in the dust as long as you live. And I will cause hostility between you and the woman, and between the offsprings and her offspring. He will strike your head, he will strike his heel." Then he said to the woman, "I will suppress the pain of your pregnancy, or sharpen the pen is I will sharpen the pen of your pregnancy, and then the pain you will give birth, and you will desire to control your husband, but he will rule over you. And the man said, or he said, since you listened to your wife and ate from the tree whose fruits and commanded you not to eat, the ground is cursed because of you. All you live, you will struggle to catch or scratch a living from it. It will grow horns and thrust for you. Through you will eat of it grains. By the sweat of your brow, you will have food to eat until you return to the grounds from which you were made, from where you made from dust, and the dust will return. Paradise, loss, God's judgment. Then the man Adam named his wife Eve, because he would be the mother of all who live. And the Lord God made clothing from animal skin, from Adam for Adam and his wife. Then the Lord God said, look, the human being has become like us, knowing both good and evil. What if they reached out to take fruit from the trees of life and eat it? Then they would live forever. So the Lord God blemished them from the Garden of Eden and set Adam out to cultivate the ground from which he had been made. After seeing them, or after sending them out, the Lord God sent a mighty shrubbery to east of the Garden of Eden, and he placed a firmly sword that flashed back and forth to the garden. They were the way to the trees of life. Let's go to this, and then let's go to the fourth one. Cain and Abel. Now Adam had a sexual relations with his wife, Eve, and she became pregnant. When she gave birth to Cain, she said, with the Lord's help I produce a man. Later she gave birth to his brother and named him Abel. When they grew up, Abel became a shepherd, while Cain cultivated the ground. When it was time for the harvest, Cain presented some of his crops as a gift to the Lord. Abel also brought a gift, the best proteins of the firstborn lambs from his flock. The Lord accepted Abel his gift, but he did not escape Cain and his gift. This made Cain very angry, and he looked dejected. Why are you so angry? The Lord asked Cain. Why do you look so dejected? You will be accepted if you do what is right. But if you refuse to do it was right, then watch out. Sin is scratching out the door, eager to control you, but you must submit it. And it's a master. One day Cain success his brother, let's go out to the field. And while they were in the field, Cain attacked his brother Abel and killed him. After the Lord asked Cain, where is your brother? Where is Abel? I don't know, Cain responded. I'm 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 a I'm my brother's guardian. But the Lord said, what have you done? Listen, your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground. Now you are cursed and banished from the ground. Watch, watch how, watch as swallowed his brother's blood. No longer with the ground yield good crops for you. No matter how hard you work, from now on you will be homeless, wandering in the earth. Cain replied to the Lord, "My punishment is too great for me to bear. You have banished me from the land and from your presence. You have made me a homeless wanderer. Anyone who finds me will kill me." The Lord replied, "Now, no, for I will give you sevenfold punishments to anyone who kills you." Then the Lord put a mark on Cain's to warn anyone who might try to kill him. So Cain left the Lord's presence, and settled into the land of Nod, east of Eden. Cain had a sexual relations with his wife and she became pregnant and gave birth to Enko. Then Cain found a city which he named Echo after his son. Enko had a son named Arded. Arded became the father of Magiel. Magiel became the father of Mes, whatever. The birth of Seth. Adam and Adam had a sexual relations with his wife again and gave birth to another son. She named him Seth. For she said, "God has granted me another son in the place of Abel, whom Cain killed." When Seth grew up, he had a son named Esau. At the time, people first began to worship the Lord by name. This is the written account. Okay. He created them males and females and blessed them and called them humans. When Adam was 130 years old, he became the father of a son who just killed him. In his very image, he named his son Seth. After the birth of Seth, Adam lived another 800 years, and he had another son and daughter. Adam lived 930 years and then died. When Seth was 105 years old, he became the father of Ishnos. After the birth of Ishnos, Seth lived another 807 years, and he had a son and a daughter. Seth lived 912 years, and then he died. When Ishnos was 90 years old, he became the father of Canaan. After the birth of Canaan, Ishmael lived another 115 years, and he had another son and daughter. Ishmael lived 905 years, and then he died. When Kendall was 70, okay, that's just all of that stuff. What 6 looks like. Okay. A world gone wrong. Then the people began to multiply on earth, and daughters were born to them. The Son of God saw the beautiful woman and took, and they went as their waves. Then the Lord said, "My spirit will not put up with humans for such a long time. Nah, a long time. For they are only mortal flesh. In the future, their normal lifespan will be no more than 120 years. In those days, and for some time after Grant Nephthys lives on the earth. For whenever the Son of God has intercourse with woman, they gave birth to children who became the heroes and famous warriors of ancient time. The Lord observed the sins of human recklessness on the earth, and he saw that everything they thought or imaged was concerningly and totally evil. So the Lord was worried. He had ever made them and put them on earth. It breaks my heart. It broke his heart. And the Lord said, I will wipe this human race I have created from the face on the earth. Yes, I will destroy every living thing. All the people, the large animals and small animals that scatter along the grounds, and even the birds of the sky. I am sorry I ever made them. But Noah found a favor with the Lord. The story of Noah. Now God saw the Now God saw that the earth had become corrupted and was filled with violence. God obviously all observed all those corruptions in the world, for everyone on earth was corrupt. So God said to Noah, I have sorry, I have decided to destroy all living creatures, for they have filled the earth with violence. Yes, I will wipe them all out along with earth. Built a large Build a large boat from Crops's wood and waterproof it with tar inside of it, inside and out. Then con- contract ducts and stalls throughout its entrance. Make the boat 450 feet long, 75 feet wide, and 45 feet high. Leave an 18-inching open below the roof all the way around the boat. Put the door on the side and build 3 decks inside the boat, lower, middle, and upper. Look, I am about to cover the earth with a flood that will destroy everything living and that breathes. Everything on earth will die, but I will confirm my conference with you. So enter the boat, you and your wife and your sons and their wives. Bring a pair of every kind of animal, and male and female, into the boat with you to keep them alive during the flood. Pairs of every kind of birds and every kind of animal, and every kind of small animals that creep along the ground will come to you to keep alive. I'll be sure to take on board enough food for your family, and all the animals. So Noah did exactly as God had commanded him. When everything was ready, the Lord said to Noah, go into the boat with all your families, for among all the people on earth, I can see that you're along righteousness. Take your 7 pair males and female of each animals, and I have approved to eating for surface. And take 1 pair of each other. Also take 7 pairs of kind of birds. There must be a male and a female in each pair to ensure that all lives will survive on the earth after the flood. 7 days from now, I will make the rains pour down on the earth. I will, I will, I will ran from the 40 days and 40 nights until I wipe from the earth all the living things I have created. So Noah did everything as the Lord commanded him. Noah was 600 years old when the flood covered the earth. He went on board in the boat to escape the flood. He and his wife and his sons and their wives with them were all the various kind of animals. Those approved for eating and suffering sacrifice, all those that were not along with the birds and the small animals that scattered along the ground. They entered the boat in a pair of males and females, just as God has commanded Noah. After 7 days, the water has flooded and came and covered the earth. When Noah was 600 years old, the 17th day of the second month, all the underground waters encrypt the earth, and the rain fell in mighty torrents from the sky. The rain continued to fall for 14 days, or 40 days and 40 nights. That Noah had gone into the boat with his wife and his sons, Shem, Ham, and Japheth, and their wives with them. In the boat were a pair of kind of animals, are despotic and wild, large and small, along with birds of every kind. Two by two they came into boats, repeatedly every living things that breathes, an animal and or a male and female of such kind entering just as God has commanded to Noah. Then the Lord closed the door behind them. For the four, for the 40 days, the flood waters grew deeper, covering the ground, lifting the boat higher or high above the water or high above the earth. As the water rises higher and higher above the ground, the boat floated safely on the surface. Finally, the water covered even the highest mountain on the earth, rising more than 22 feet above the highest peak. Of all the living things on earth died. Birds. Now let's go to a planning. Like I said today, or like I said the other day, we are going to how to read the Bible. So let's just do it. Let's go to Psalms 1. Oh, the joy of those who do not follow the advice of wreck or stand around the sinner or join in the mockers, but they delight in the law of the Lord, mentally on it day and night. They are like trees planted along the riverbank, bearing fruit each season. Their lives never with and the prospers in the all they do. That will do it for me. Um, I'll probably get back on tomorrow, hopefully. Um, so I'll see y'all tomorrow.